Hello guys, welcome to day 19 of the 19 days to 1 million Naira challenge. Today we'll be launching our ads. It's going to be an amazing day. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this day. Well, it's finally here. Alright, the first thing that we're going to be doing is to check our pages and the funnel flow to make sure that it is working, okay, because that's very important. You want to make sure that everything you have is ready and set for you to get started. All right, so what we're going to do is going to type in an email here. Okay, let me do this. Continue. Awesome. So this is connected. All right, let's try this. Let's see. Awesome. So this is also connected. The next one I want to try is the download page. So after payment, they are going to be shown this page for them to get access or gain access to the package or product. Okay, so let's also try here as well. So awesome. Well, our pages are working very fine. The next thing that we'll need to do is start adding pixels. Okay, we'll create the pixels and then we'll add it to the various pages. All right, so this is a brand new ad account. Okay, so I presume I want to assume that you have your own ad account already. Okay, so what we want to do now is create pre-pixels, because I don't have pixels. It's a new account, right? So basically we'll go to event manager. All right, so now we're going to get started with our Facebook pixels. All right, so you can see the various events that you can have or want Facebook pixels. So we'll get started with that, and let's have a site here. Let's get him committed. Let's come. Let's name it committed pixels. Okay, so continue. All right, so it's been created. Oh, the next thing is I want to add it to our site. Want to do it manually, by the way. You can use add Google Tag Manager if you know how to do that. All right, you can use that to do to add your pixels to your pages, but we're going to do it manually. All right, so I'm going to click on this, and it's going to show us this chunk of code. You can see this code right here. So this code has to be on every page on your website. This particular code has to be on every page. You can see that it says copy and paste the pixel code into the bottom of the header section of your site, just above the closing head tag. So this is the closing head tag, right? So it's going to be at the head or header section of your site. Okay, so of your site means the entire site. You need to have this code on it. All right, so we're just going to copy it. Now you can decide to make use of other third-party plugins on WordPress. All right, like the pixel caffeine, or add your pixels. Okay, you can use all those to see do the same thing. So we're going to go to appearance. We're going to go to header. It's already here. Okay, no, this is not what we're looking for. Let's close this. I think it took us somewhere else. I want to go to theme editor. Okay, so theme editor, that's I want to go to, so I can add that code to the header section. Awesome, so we are here. Remember, it says we are adding this code to the header section. So it says just above the closing head tag. So before this tag, okay, you can see /head. So before that, or before that tag, you need to, paste that code. So this is the header section. If you come over here, you can see these are the different sections that make up your theme. All right, depending on the theme you're using, you can see that I'm making use of the Ocean WP. Yep. All right, so the header section, we saw it just now. Where is it again? Okay, yeah, theme header. And all we just have to do is look at, this is the close head tag. Okay, closing head tag. So it means we are going to have it right there. So we just have to paste it. So it's pasted now, and I'm just going to update our file. Now you want to make sure that you have what's it called, pixel helper installed on your site. Okay, so if you look right here, this is the pixel helper, Facebook pixel helper. All right, so you need to have it installed. So now if we go to our site, get him committed, it's going, that we should have, if it's already active, right, it should we should have it showing. So you can see visited now is showing. You can see one pixel found on getimcommitted.com. No matter the page that is visited, that code has to be there to make sure for Facebook to know that their pixels, they are on your site. Now the next thing is to determine which page we want to have certain events on. All right, so if we go back to our Facebook, okay, let's just continue. So we've pasted it on all the entire site. Okay, so let's just continue now, and we're going to, you said use Facebook event setup tool recommended. Don't worry about that, just go to manually add event. Well, that's what we want to do. Okay, so so here you can decide to make use of this, is fine depending on what you really want, but for us to have a lot of options because of what we're going to do, we're trying to sell educational information, right? So go to education. So yeah, if you see the first one here, it says view content. All right, so if we click on it, it's going to show us the event code. So this is the event code for someone viewing a content on your site. So this is the event code, and it says copy the event code snippet. You can add, okay, you can decide to add the parameters if you want. Okay, so you can add currency, you can add ID and all that, but we don't need someone who is viewing content. We don't see anything that the person is actually giving to us, right? So I just want to show you guys something where it says, where it tells you where to paste it. Okay, select an event from the list below to add parameters and view the code. Copy and paste event tags below the closing header section. So it has to be on the body. Remember the first one we had, it was on the header section. So this code or any event code at all that you copy has to be below the header section. So it has to be in the body. So this is an example of the code. This is showing you an example how your code should look like on the site. So you can see that it is this script right here, so you can see script and closing tag of the script. It is inside the body, right? It is not within the head. Okay, we've already pasted the one that is needed to be at the header section. So we're going to copy this event code. I've opened all my pages here. These are our pre-sale pages. So for this, we're just going to copy the HTML code here. All right, and I am going to paste it right here. Okay, just right about here and update. It means once someone visits this page, Facebook is going to record it as someone viewing a content on my site, right? So this is a content that I have on my site, and of course this is the second pre-sale. I'm going to do the same thing. HTML tag. All of this content, they are in the body, right? Everything that you see that is showing on your site is on the body of your website. All right, so we have that pasted in the two sections that people will be seeing, and there is one other one, the testimonial section. So this section is also view content, right? People are going to redirect people to this section to view content. So let's just have this here as well. So HTML, let's just paste it there, right there. Now the other thing we want to do is, once someone fills this form, they are redirected to our page, our sales page. All right, now that page is where we can have the event code of completed registration, lead, and all that. So if we go back to Facebook now, we should be able to see, you see right here, it says complete registration, and it says lead. Okay, I prefer using lead. You can use complete registration or lead, both are fine. Okay, it's same thing basically. All right, but I'm going to use lead. All right, so I'm going to copy this code. The one that you hover on and changes to blue is the one that you need to copy. All right, not this one, but this. So you just click on it and it's going to be copied to your clipboard. So we head back to, this is the sales page section. So we get our HTML element and just, I can even paste it right here. Okay, so once someone lands on the page, when Facebook records it, they will update that. So it's updated. The next one we want to look at is the download section. Okay, so someone fills a form and the person is, after purchase, right? After purchase, the person fills a form and they are redirected to, you know, get their product. Okay, remember they have to fill a form and then they come to this page and say, please kindly check your inbox or your email for your product. This is the page that will now paste our code of purchase. Okay, so we'll head back to Facebook here and come to purchase right here. Now for the purchase, we're going to have a value. So the value of our purchase is 3,500, right? And the currency is Naira, so we just have NGN. That is just fine. Okay, so that's basically what we can have there. So you can see that this code is updated with the currency and the value. So we just hover and copy to clipboard and head back to this page right here. Okay, and get our HTML elements, just drag it in. Right now you can just paste it here, you can paste it anywhere on the page. All right, so don't think you have to paste it right here. I just want it to be there, so once someone lands on the page, Facebook records it. All right, so let's updated. Now the pages are all updated. The next thing I want to do is be sure that every of this pixel code are fired whenever they land, whenever people or whenever anyone lands on these pages. So do that. What I basically I'm going to do is view the content. All right, so I'm going to go to my site here. Right here, let's go to the different pages. Let's go to the different pages. Okay, so this is for this view there, view there, view there, view there. Okay. All right, so you can see that they are loading, and you will start seeing the pixels telling the number of pixels that have been fired on this page. So right here you can see that initially it was 2, right, but now it's 3, so you know that 3 things have been fired. So page views, this one is by default, by the way. Once you have this whole big chunk of code on your side, you have that page views. You can see view content, which we added. Okay, then this testimonial section, you can see it right here as well, view content. This story section, you can see that we have it here as view content. Okay, so it's fired. The sales page section, you can see it's going to say lead, so you can see it here, lead, right? And this purchase section, you can see it right here, purchase. If you put it down, you can see the value here, 3005, currency Naira or NGN, whatever it is. It can be in USD, depending on, you know, what you are charging people. Okay, the currency you're taking your payment in. Right. All right, so that is it. We have every of that set. Now the next thing that we are going to do is start setting up our pages, and we're just going to click on done there and come over to ads manager. All right, so the next thing that says here, say we're going to launch one campaign with 3 ad sets and 45 ads. That's a whole lot. Remember, we have 3 ad copies. All right, we have 3 ad copies, and for each ad copy we're going to be having 5 creatives, so 5 images for each ad copy. Okay, so for each ad copy, 5 images, right? So let's get to it. You have to follow carefully, all right, so you get exactly what we're doing here. Okay, so create. Now the reason why we're having 3 ad sets is because we are going to be testing 3 audience. All right, so I have lookalike of certain audience that I created from a custom audience using an extracting tool. So I was able to create a custom audience, created a lookalike audience, and I'm going to use, you know, normal interest targeting on Facebook to see which one, you know, we're going to have better results. Right. Okay, so we're going to use the conversion. Okay, and let's call him committed. Committed. And our daily budget, we're going to assign 2,000 Naira to each ad set. Okay, we're going to run this for the next 3 days, right, to see if after 3 days we should know for certain which of the campaign, all right, which of the ad set is doing well, which of the ads are people responding to better, and all that. Okay, so we're going to assign 2,000 Naira to each, so that will be 6,000 Naira every single day. Okay, once we know which one is working better, then we'll scale horizontally, you know, vertically, depending on what we're going to do. You guys are going to see that as we go on. All right, so you can see there is a new account. That's why it's saying set up ad account, because it's a new account. I have not used this ad account to run any ads before. Okay, so set up ad account. And of course, you can see that is a Naira account. The reason why I'm using a Naira account is to rule off that in Notion and a lot of people that when you use a Naira account, you don't really get a lot of results. All right, it's not really true, right? It's not true. So you can decide to use a Naira account. You can use or dollar account, whichever you're comfortable using. All right, I have Naira accounts, I have dollar accounts. Okay, but for this we're going to use the Naira account to make it really easy for you to make payments, right? So I'm going to click continue and add set name. For this add set name, we're going to name it single in relationship. Okay, so we're going to choose an event code, and that's going to be lead. We ought to see it green because it's active already. 4204. Let me be sure. 4204. So yeah, it's active. So don't worry about it showing red. Everything is gonna be fine. All right. So that is for that. Then for custom audience, we're not using a custom audience for this. Location is going to be Nigeria. Age, we are doing 25 to 35. Okay, 25 to 35. Gender, we are doing women. Okay, and detailed targeting, let's show more. Detailed targeting right here. Let's go into detailed targeting. So for detailed targeting, we're going to don't expand. We're going to use single relationship status. Okay, women who are single, and let's see relationship. In a relationship. Then also complicated. So people who are in a relationship that are complicated, right? Complicated. So now these are the people that we are going to have on this, on this ad set. All right. We're going to edit our placements for this. So we just want to do Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so Facebook and Instagram is just perfect. Okay, it can be shown anywhere. So if you want to tailor it down, fine, but I prefer to do, because Facebook is going to show your ads every single place, and they are going to determine where they are having the best result, and they are going to optimize with that. Okay, so this is the ad set level. Okay, we've done the campaign level, okay, where we shows our objective. So this is the ad set level, and we're through with it. Okay, so we have the location already. Okay, single. Okay, let's just add C here. So to depict the complicated, we have again the total potential reach is 750. Okay, the other one reach. Okay, this is like the daily estimated reach. Okay, this is estimated. It doesn't mean that you are going to reach this number of persons. Then this is the conversion. Okay, daily. All right, so let's just click continue, and this is where we need to have the different okay, so here we're going to choose page here, getting committed. So for the first copy, we have a copy here. Let's okay, so we'll name the first copy as study. Okay, so we'll know the exact copy that is. So let's name it as the ad name as study one. Okay, because you see we are going to be having different ads. Okay, so we are going to depict for that copy we are calling it study. All right, so here we are going to add an image. So add image and to load. Hopefully you can see that nothing here. I have not used this ad account. All right, so we're going to open that up and go to our creatives. I have some creatives here, 1 2 3 4 5. So those are the 5 copies we're going to use, 1 2 3 4 5. All right, so let's open that up. Okay, okay, so now we have images right here. So I'm going to use this as the first one. Okay, yes, it's selected, right? So it's going to fit into, you know, many placements already. So let's have it. So, and the next part is primary text. So our primary text here is why won't he commit? So let's copy this. Why won't he commit? I'm just going to have this right here. You probably thought that that men don't love to commit, so let's have that. Continue. I've copied that, so all right, and see, so our call to action URL, right? So that will be for where is it? That's going to be for this pre-sale. Okay, so I'm basically just going to copy that. I like using the exact URL. So what you could do is you can install Google Analytics, okay, on your site. I'm going to do that. I'm going to install Google Analytics. So with that, I will know the number of clicks that are going to certain links, certain pages, and all that. All right, so this is fine already. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the next thing is headline. The headline that we want to use here is study shows how a man decides. Okay, then learn more. We're going to use learn more because remember we said we want people to see our you know, our ads as if they are news, so they are learning more, right? So websites, okay, where you have websites, say website URL, we're going to have it right there, and you can see our call to action is learn more. If you want to change yours, that's fine. You can just click and you should be able to see different call to actions right there. Now when you start scaling, then you can start having different calls. That's one way to scale. That's actually horizontal scaling. Okay, so changing you know, your call to action is still part of your scaling, but then we are not scaling yet, correct? Yeah, so this is basically what we just have to do. For description, we can have this as a description like that part, so we can just have that as our description. Okay, awesome. Now we have it all done there. It's time to hit confirm. Okay, so we are confirming, and at this point, yeah, we need to add some font. So you can see this, the only option here is to use a card. I'm just going to hit continue. right, and cancel it, and then hit it again, so we can have more options, right? So we now have more options. We have the Naira payment with MasterCard. So I'm going to tick that. I'm going to continue. So you will need to add money, blah blah blah. So let's just click continue, and we're getting to the point where we need to bring out so I'm just going to add like 500 because I just want to make sure that Facebook will not mess this up. All right, I don't want to go ahead and add 100,000 or 20,000 there and then Facebook messes up. So I'm just going to add 500 right there. Okay, so 500 review payments, and it shows make payment, just for us to get it active. Once we do this once, we won't do this again. Okay. All right, so we're going to pay using pay you. Click on that. So I'm going to add my card details and complete the whole payment process, and I'll be right back. So I've added my card details, added my OTP. Let's see if it's going to. Okay, so transaction successful. Don't hit continue, just allow it to roll, okay, and load, okay, and it's going to be redirected to Facebook. So just give it some time, You can see it's all done, and voila, thank you, money has been added. So just say okay. So our campaign can be confirmed. All right. It's gonna take some time. Okay, now we have the entire campaign launched. Remember, we said we want to have 5 ads on one ad set. Okay, so now it's showing no ads. Don't mind it. If we refresh it, just hit refresh and everything should be fine. Okay, if we hit on refresh, everything should be fine. And you can see in review. All right, so this is the campaign, right? The campaign name is committed, remember, and if we hit it, we are going to see, remember, the ad set is single and relationship C, and then we have the ads for the campaign, which says study one. I want to have 5, so let's just simply duplicate. Okay, so what we are going to be changing is basically just the image. All right, so number of copies is going to be 4. Okay, so original campaign, show existing reaction. We don't have reaction yet because it's not even launched yet. I mean, it's not active yet. Okay, so for the first one here, we are going to name it study 2. Okay, and then we are going to edit the image. Okay, so we're going to change image and choose the second image that we have here. We choose this image and hit continue. All right, great. So let's look at this one, and we're going to change it to study 3. All right, and come back here, edit image, change image, hit on this one, continue, and then the 4th one right here, we'll change this to study 4, come back to image, edit image, change image, hit on the 4th one, continue, then the 5th one, I'm going to hit on it and come up here, change it to 5. Come all the way down, change image, choose this, hit continue. So we have everything all set. Now what we want to do, I'm going to just select all. So I'm going to click here, I'm going to hold down my shift key on my keyboard and select all, and I'm going to publish all at the same time. Okay, instead of me to publish one at a time, so I'm going to publish all of them at the same time. So I'll be right back once it's published, so I can show you what we now have. Alright, so it's all published now, and we should see every one of them is now in review. You can see it right here. Awesome, right? Okay, now the next thing that we want to do is have 3 ad sets. Hope you guys still remember, right? Okay, so the first one, we're just going to say duplicate. It's already active. I think it's already active. They approved it. So what we want to do now is we want to duplicate this. Okay, let's duplicate this. Into 2. I'm going to have it as 2. Okay, so I've done a duplicate of the ones that we have here. Remember, we need to have 15 ads, right? So I've did a duplicate of all the previous one that we did before, so we have new ones. Let me see what we're going to call these ones. Let's call it is the second. Have you been in a relationship and all of a sudden become distant? So we're going to call it pull away. Okay, or let's just say away. All right, for us to know. Okay, so we're going to the first one, so away. All right, so away 1. Okay, and remember the copy is changing as well. So away 1, and we are going to have this. Let's have this. Let's copy that and come over here, where it says from here. Let's paste that. So study shows how a man decides to make you the one. That is not what we're going to have on this one. We're going to use this headline that says is he losing interest? Okay, so we're going to use this headline, and we can just, you might just be using the reference that effect. So I'm going to take this and have it right here. Okay, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's edit that. So we've done this now. Okay, the next thing that we need to do now is just publish. So let's publish that. and let's publish that. Let's close. Okay, so now remember we did a duplicate of pod. I see that it's going to be tedious having to go in all of them, so let's delete this. So now we are going to make duplicates of this away. Okay, so let's duplicate this into 4. Okay, into 4. So now take this and we call it away 2. All right, and all we just have to do is change the image to this, continue, and this we'll call it away 3, and edit, change image 3, then 4, away 4, then we'll go all the way down to the image. This is the 4th one, and then the 5th, we change image here to 5th, and then let's change this. Let's change this to this. Beautiful. So now we are going to select this 4 and publish right there. Okay, so the items have been published. So now we have 10 ads. Okay, different ad copies, of course, a variation of images, right? So the next thing we want to do now is the 3rd ad copy. Okay, and the 3rd ad copy is to a different preset, remember. So what we are basically going to do is we are just going to choose one. Okay, so let's just duplicate this. Let's just duplicate this in 1, duplicate. So this we are going to call it story. Yeah, it's a story, more like a story. So let's call it story 1. Okay, and why won't he commit? Okay, awesome. So here he says, why won't he commit? Great, right there. And of course we're going to make a copy of this. Go back and paste, and change the URL here to our URL. And then the one more thing I want to change is going to be the headline. My story, he never told me he was married. So that's going to be the story of, that's going to be the headline of this. So, and description is let's see. Okay, I think we are fine. We're fine with that headline. Okay, so I just noticed that this account just got disabled and I don't know why. Okay, so we're going to end today's challenge here, and I'm going to find out and see how we can get this resolved and move on from here. All right, so that will be it for this video. All right, but so far I believe you got what I was trying to do. All right, so that's it. Bye.